Have you heard of cinnamon rolls? Well, how about some pizza rolls?
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone! To make this recipe, you need a large bowl and 1 cup of very warm water. Add to that a teaspoon of active dry yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar, a tablespoon of olive oil, and then just set your mixer on low and just let that mix up gently while you prepare your dry ingredients. Measure out 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour and add to that 2 teaspoons of kosher salt or regular salt. Stir that around until combined, and then you're going to add in your flour and salt mixture to the wet ingredients, and you're going to stir it around. I did it with the paddle attachment until the mixer was having a hard time. Then I removed it and then just kneaded it on a lightly floured surface until it was smooth. It's going to be a little bit on the sticky side, this dough. So once it's smooth, take your mixing bowl. It doesn't matter if it has flour in it. I drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the bottom and then just add the dough ball and just toss it around a little bit just to coat all the sides with a little bit of oil. Cover with some plastic wrap and place it in a warm place to rise until doubled. And that's going to take about an hour and a half or so, depending on how warm your kitchen is. Once your dough is risen, remove it from the bowl and pat it out on a lightly floured surface until it's about an 8 by 12 inch rectangle. Then take a 1/2 cup of marinara sauce or pizza sauce, spread it around until it's spread right up to the edges, and then cover with about 4 ounces of sliced pepperoni. The amount of pepperoni you put on there, of course, is completely up to you. Just make sure it goes right up to the edge. I used about 4 ounces exactly, and it covered the entire surface with pepperoni. Now you're going to take some shredded mozzarella cheese, about 1 3/4 cups worth, and sprinkle on top of the pepperoni. Now it's time to roll it up. Basically, you're going to start from the long edge and you're going to roll it up. Now this is sped up a little bit. The dough is sticky. It might stick to your countertop a bit, so make sure it's floured before you put your pizza dough down. And as you're rolling, kind of push with your fingers and make sure that your filling stays in, because it's going to kind of want to squish out one side. It's a bit messy, a little bit time consuming. This is probably the worst part of the whole recipe, is trying to roll it up, but overall not so bad. Then take a 9 by 13 inch baking dish, spray it with a little bit of cooking spray or grease it up, and add in a piece of parchment paper. Just make sure that it hangs over the sides a little bit. This is just going to make it a lot easier to get out of the pan when you're done. You can just lift it right out. Now what you need to do is take a sharp knife. I recommend a serrated knife. I actually use the bread knife for this. And you're going to slice off 2 to 3 inch slices. You're going to end up about 8 or 9 pizza rolls. Put them in the pan, cut side up, and it's okay if they're touching a little bit. Then I sprayed a little bit of aluminum foil with some cooking spray, and then I put it around there on top of the rolls, and then you're going to let these rest for about 30 minutes or so. Then you're going to put them in a 375-degree oven. You're going to allow them to bake for about 20 minutes until they're puffy. Then you're going to take the aluminum foil off. You're going to sprinkle with additional cheese, about another cup of cheese, and then you're going to let them bake more for about 20 more minutes until they're golden brown. And then if you'd like, you can sprinkle it with a little bit of freshly chopped basil as a garnish. It just gives it a really nice color. And there they are. These, you can kind of just pull them apart or you can cut them apart because they kind of grow together a little bit as they're baking. The bread itself is just so airy and so light, and there's delicious cheese and pepperoni and pizza sauce in every single bite. Here's one cut in half so you can see all the layers of pepperoni that you have in the coils of your pizza rolls. These are delicious served like this, warm out of the oven. You can even serve them with a little bit of extra marinara sauce on the side for dipping. And these are also awesome cold. So if you want to throw them in your lunchbox for lunch the next day, they are delicious just like that as well. I have quite a few pizza recipes on my channel that I've put in a playlist. For example, I have a pizza cake that you can see on the top left-hand corner. I have a loaded baked potato pizza that has a white sauce, and that is on the top right corner. Bottom left corner is a breakfast pizza, and bottom right corner is a deep dish Chicago style pizza. I also have a cheese stuffed crust Bisquick pizza, regular plain old homemade pizza, and even a dessert pizza. So if you want to see any of these recipes, go ahead and click right on your screen or look for the links in the description box below. Thanks for watching.